This is National Geodetic Survey Benchmark GU3377. More realistically, a California Division of Highways triangulation station. Stamped SKAGGS is the name of this one. Found in good condition, relatively. Still on the side of the highway. This is alongside State Route 145 toward Madera. It's called SKAGGS. That is SKAGGS Bridge you see in the distance. SKAGGS Bridge crosses over the San Joaquin River, which is the border between Fresno County and Madera County. Why this is, I'm not sure why it was called SKAGGS, but that's the name of it. This benchmark has an azimuth point. Its triangulation station has 5 marks in total. There is supposed to be an azimuth mark at the north end of the bridge. However, that bridge has been rebuilt at least once, possibly twice. I know it's been rebuilt once since 1972, so that mark is most likely destroyed. It does have, by the description, it's got another mark 4 feet down. For obvious reasons, I didn't dig for that. It does have 2 reference marks which are intact. Reference mark number 1 is located about 18.5 feet, it says, from that 36-inch standpipe to the north of the pipe. It's 1.5 feet in front of that steel post, steel grapevine row end, right over there. Let's take a second, we'll go take a look. This is reference mark SKAGGS number 1. Still got a few scrape marks from the tractors, but for the most part it's in good shape, really good shape. It points over toward the actual mark itself, which is somewhere here, not too far, 30 feet or so. This is SKAGGS reference mark number 2. Concrete got a few scrapes on it, but the mark itself is weathered. This one is also listed as being 1.5 feet in front of a grapevine row. You can see that this one's row number 3. The other one, row number 6. So it's just, if you look here, you can see row number 6 is that one right there. That's where it would be. And the mark itself is just over here by these pipes down there. Again, this is benchmark SKAGGS, NGS PID GU3377, I think I said. That's the view toward reference mark number 2 over there. Like I said earlier, this is it's called SKAGGS because this used to be the area of SKAGGS. A little piece of historic information, a little tidbit, thing I find interesting. SKAGGS Bridge has been here for 100 or so years. One of the calls to a tie to this mark was that it was to a historical marker. The historical marker is obviously gone, but the historical mark referenced a sycamore point. Sycamore Point was a point on the river which was the last place on the river where the paddle boats could come, and people in the early 1900s, late 1800s, clear to the early 1900s, could get on a paddle boat in Sacramento in the Delta and ride the paddle boats all the way to this part of Fresno County. And then they would hitch wagons into Fresno County, and they would do trade and commerce. From a survey standpoint, the reason that is an important piece of note is at Sycamore Point. That was the last place that the river was navigable for commercial purposes, meaning to the east they wouldn't go any farther carrying commercial goods for trade. So from a survey standpoint, that's significant because everything to the east the state owns, and everything to the west, ownership of the river is to the adjacent landowners. However, the water's not, but the ownership can go to the center line of the river, whereas to the east, down upstream, or downstream, sorry, ownership only goes to the sidelines. So that's important from a surveyor standpoint, at least here in this part of the state. So that's Benchmark SKAGGS. That's Sycamore Point, GU3377.